morning, everybody. This is Kamyab. If you watched yesterday, then this is Kamyab playing on the piano, and he's going to sing in a minute in English and then in Farsi. If you remember him from last night and our reading, which I hope you all really enjoyed. Kamyab. So, it's difficult to get myself comfortable today. Right, I'm just going to let him finish and then we'll start reading. If you want to listen to more of his music, I believe he's on SoundCloud or somewhere. I will post the link in on the Vienna Theatre Puppets page. Here he is, singing in Farsi. So beautiful. خوب من چون شمی و این نهیب از سوزش پروانه‌ایست پروانه‌ایست beautiful, isn't it? Et voilà. Merci, Kamyab. Thank you very, very much for your beautiful music, and we are so excited that Kamyab is going to do a whole soundtrack for us for 1001 Arabian Nights. 1001 Nights. I keep saying Arabian and it's not actually, that's an old book translation. It's actually 1001 Nights. Yeah, so he's going to be bringing out a whole album to match all of our readings, because as some of you know, my name is Joanna Godwin Seidl. Myself and Saman Gerard are going to read the whole of the 1001 Nights as we started it in the lockdown to help entertain people and give them something to do while we're all in a bit of a strange situation. And many of us around the world are still now all coming back into pockets of lockdowns. So we are very happy to be able to read for you, and we hope you enjoy it. And please do feel free to go back anytime and watch our old readings on Facebook and on YouTube, and I'm going to start posting them on Instagram as well. So without further ado, I'm reading a little bit earlier tonight and I'm posting it later because Saman and I are going to the theatre this evening. Yes, we are actually going to a theatre. I've got my mask ready so that I can sit. Actually, I'm not going to be wearing this one. I'm going to be wearing a black one so that I can sit in there for 2 hours with my mask on, but it's worth it. And they're very good here because they do a lot of social distancing and they work out the seats, and it's all very, 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 very rigidly sorted out. And I'm going to suck on a sweet. And I'm going to read you 2 nights. So, now, I want a mouthful. That was a good idea. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. Now, when it was the 174th night, Scheherazade said, "It hath reached me, O auspicious king, that King Shahriman cried out to his son, Kamar al-Zaman, How durst thou answer me on this wise before my captains and soldiers? But hitherto none hath chastised thee. Knowest thou not that this deed thou hast done were a disgrace to him, had it been done by the meanest of my subjects?" And the king commanded his Mamelukes to loose his elbow bonds and imprison him in one of the bastions of the citadel. So they took the prince and thrust him into an old tower, wherein there was a dilapidated saloon, and in its middle a ruined well. After having first swept it and cleansed the floor flags and set therein a couch on which they laid a mattress, a leathern rug and a cushion, and then they brought a great lanthorn and a wax candle, for that place was dark, even by day. And lastly, the Mamelukes led Kamar al-Zaman thither, and stationed a eunuch at the door. And when all this was done, the prince threw himself on the couch, sad-spirited and heavy-hearted, blaming himself and repenting of his injurious conduct to his father, when as repentance availed him naught, and saying, "Allah curse marriage, and marriables, and married women, and the traitresses all. Would I had hearkened to my father, and accepted a wife. Had I so done, it had been better for me than this jail." This is how it fared with him. But as regards King Shahriman, he remained seated on his throne all through the day until sundown. Then he took the minister apart and said to him, "Know thou, O Wazir, that thou and thou only wast the cause of all this that hath come to pass between me and my son. By the advice thou wast pleased to advise, and so what dost thou counsel me do now?" Answered he, "O king, leave thy son in limbo for the space of 15 days, then summon him to thy presence and bid him wed, and assuredly he shall not gainsay thee again." And Scheherazade perceived the dawn of day and ceased saying her permitted say. They're quite bright, those candles behind me today, aren't they? Two of them. Oh, there we go. That's just the way it is. Oh, look, I shine. That's lovely, isn't it? All right. Now, when it was the 175th night, let's have a quick look through. She said, "It hath reached me, O auspicious king, that the Wazir said to King Shahriman, Leave thy son in limbo for the space of 15 days, then summon him to thy presence and bid him wed, and assuredly he shall not gainsay thee again." The king accepted the Wazir's opinion and lay down to sleep that night, troubled at heart concerning his son. For he loved him with dearest love, because he had no other child but this, and what it was his wont every night not to sleep, save after placing his arm around his son's neck. So he passed that night in trouble and unease on the prince's account, tossing from side to side, as he were laid on coals of artemisia wood, for he was overcome with doubts and fears, and sleep visited him not at all that livelong night, but his eyes ran over with tears, and he began repeating, "While slanderers slumber, longsome is my night, Suffice thee a heart so sad in parting plight. I say, while night in care slow moments by, what? No return for thee, fair morning light? And the saying of another. When saw I Pleiad stars his glance escape, and pole star draught of sleep upon him pour, and the beer daughters wend in mourning dight, I knew that morning was for him no more. Such was the case with King Shahriman. But as regards Kamar al-Zaman, when the night came upon him, the eunuch set the lanthorn before him, and lighting the wax candle, placed it in the candlestick. Then brought him somewhat of food. The prince ate a little, and continually reproached himself for his unseemly treatment of his father, saying to himself, O my soul, knowest thou not that a son of Adam is the hostage of his tongue, and that a man's tongue is that casteth him into deadly perils? Then his eyes ran over with tears, and he bewailed that which he had done, from anguished vitals and aching heart, repenting him with exceeding repentance of the wrong wherewith he had been wronged, and where he had wronged his father, and repeating, Fair youth shall die by stumbling of the tongue. Stumble of footworks, not man's life such wrong. The slip of lip shall oft smite off the head, while slip of foot shall never warm or harm one long. Now, when he had made an end of eating, he asked for the wherewithal to wash his hands, and when the Mameluke had washed them clean of the remnants of food, he arose and made the wuzu ablution, and prayed the prayer of sundown and nightfall, conjoining them in one, after which he sat down. And Shahrazad perceived the dawn of day and ceased saying her permitted say. So it was a short and sweet one this evening, dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me. It was an absolute pleasure reading for you. We will be back next Tuesday as usual, this time potentially really with a special guest who is going to read poetry for us in Arabic, in English, and in French, which will be absolutely beautiful, and I'm very, very excited and very much looking forward to watching that. And if you watched yesterday evening, you will know that it is Salah Hadim who is going to do that for us, who is from Morocco. So, to wherever you are in this world, I wish you a beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. I hope your day has gone well. I hope the weekend and Monday goes very well for you, and wherever you are staying very safe and looking after yourself and treating yourself in the best manner you possibly can. I did want to say something though. Saman and I have been doing this now since March. So it's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. We've been doing this now for 7 months. And what we have done in the meantime is we have set up a PayPal account, which you can pay in, whether you have a PayPal account or not, you can pay into it. If you like what you're watching and you would like to give us a donation, we would be so exceedingly grateful from the bottom of our hearts, because we have been doing it with no financial gain for the last 7 months, reading, well, first of all, 5 or 6 times a week even it was, and then 4 times a week now, Tuesday to Friday, 4 times a week now, certainly since April or so, and we're going to carry on doing so. So please, if you are enjoying what you're reading, you do not have to, of course. It is free for you. If you have no money, of course, we would never expect you to give us anything. We do this to keep you warm and keep you happy and make the world a little bit of a better place in these strange times that we're living in. However, if you would like to help us out too, because of course there are also things that we have to buy, like lighting. As you can see, I'm not very well lit tonight because I had to move because my husband is working downstairs in the living room. He's been doing home office all week because of the new pandemic problems in Austria. So he's been at home rather than going into work mostly. As I said, it's on www.paypal.me/Vienna Theatre Project, and you will find a link on the Vienna Theatre Project page and on my page, and you'll find it in a number of places on some of the readings. We're going to put it up there as well. We would be very, very grateful for €1, $1, $10, $100, $20,000, whatever you would like to give us. We would be exceedingly happy for any donations you have. So on that note, thank you very, very, very much. Many blessings from me. Do have a beautiful weekend, and we look forward to getting back to you next week. Hopefully a little bit more light on my face. Of course, it got darker as the reading carried on, so my face got dark with it. Not always a bad thing. My dears, sleep well, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Salam.